Whoa. Alright, we'll start from here. So, we are now on Mind versus Sock. And here we go into the losers match. Mind versus Sock. Apparently Hyrule Gambit is copy-pasting some of the translations from the live stream. So if you're interested in Bisu's Winners interview, then take a look at the Twitch chat. If you're a YouTube viewer, I apologize. But I'm sure you can find it on Team Liquid. Check out teamliquid.net if you don't know it. It's awesome. So, here we go. Oh man, I completely missed who was who. Oh my god. I should have been paying attention. It's a mirror matchup. There's like no way for me to know now. Oh my god, help. Help, somebody help. Help! Who's who? I'm gonna go ahead and guess that Sock is red. Am I good? Am I right? Is Sock red? Oh, someone says they can read the names. Oh, alright, in that case. Oh, wait, shit. They removed the Korean, okay. Okay, what does that say? Whoops. What does that say? Mind. Oh, wait, no, Hyrule Gambit's got it. He's got me covered. Hyrule Gambit, man. You're awesome. You always got me covered. Mind 5. Yes, I was right! Ah, 50-50 coin flip. Victorious! Quick, hide your face! I love how she's like peeking back to see if they're still on screen. Ah, good times, good times. So, why do we have no barracks yet from top right? Is that a 14cc or is he just making it later? Oh, oh, command center first. Sock, Sock, you dirty dog, you. It's a best of one, man. You have 14cc and a best of one? I guess it's TBT, so you're not gonna immediately die, usually. Oh no, and the SCV Scout is cross map. Ooh, oh wait. No, he's gonna wait. Ah, I think he was partially checking for a single proxy racks, not double proxy racks. Single proxy racks would be much more common. But also partially, I think, maybe looking for an SCV coming in to see which way it would come in from. And then since he didn't see anything, he just went top right. Okay, so now Mind knows that Sock has gone command center first. Hyrule Gambit thinks it's a 13cc, whatever. Same difference. Actually, it's not really. It's a little bit different. It's kind of like how if you, in PvZ, if you 11 next, you survive an overpool, but if you 12 next, you die. See, these kinds of like one supply differences in the beginning of the game can actually matter a ton. So, I don't know the exact difference between 13cc and 14cc, but we'll see what Mind tries to do about this. So, looks like he has decided to make a command center himself. Well, that seems somewhat reasonable. It's going to be a little bit slower than his opponents, but not that much slower. And you can see Sock's building a barracks, or sorry, not a barracks, a bunker at the front as well. So, you know, it's going to cost him an extra few minerals that Sock can save. Or sorry, that Mind can save. Excuse me. Gotta make sure I don't get these guys mixed up. So it looks like the command center first strategy is gonna sort of pay off here for Sock. Mind's not gonna punish it in the early game at least, and pretty sure that's the only time you can really punish it. He's not, you know, rushed for attack or anything. He's not gonna be really far ahead in anything. So Mind isn't. So yeah, Sock should be completely fine, and Mind will have to play this a little bit from behind. Now note that because they're close positions, we could see a lot more of an active. Or, did I say close positions or vertical positions? Well, they're kind of the same. They are in vertical positions, which are also fairly close, both by ground and by air, which means that yeah, I think the game will be a little bit more active potentially than some other TVTs, or even if it spawns cross map. you know, it could have been a much more drawn out TBT. But in these positions, of course, it's easy for Wraiths to go harass, it's easy for drops to go into the back of the natural, that sort of thing. So could definitely see some more action earlier in the game. And looks like the barracks from both players just going to go pass each other by and go do some scouting with their opponent. Ooh, we got a little cool tidbit from Hyrule Gambit. Apparently, C says that if you go 11 racks, 11 refinery, and FD, you need to delay an SCV. If you go 12 racks, 12 refinery, you don't. Oh, magic. It's pretty cool how these little timings work out in Brood War. In the meantime, we have, wow, looks like identical builds from both players. Are they both going Mass Vulture? Oh, that would be cool. I love Vulture Wars. They're so much fun. Yes, let's do some Vulture Wars. Do it. Do it. Yes, make more Vultures. Yes, Mass Vulture on Mass Vulture. Okay, so let me explain what's going on. So normally in TVT, we just see, you know, either Goliath tank dropship or Wraith tank as the two kind of general compositions. You know, so you need kind of one mobile component, which would be either the Wraiths or the dropships, and then, you know, the siege tanks are your meat. But in some cases, like here, if one player decides, or both players decide to go for very early vultures, if one player decides to go for very early vulture, you have to respond with your own mass vultures in the beginning, or else you'll die. If you just go straight for tanks and Goliaths, in the very low unit counts, they can just mass surround you with mines and just run in and kill your units and then kill all your SCVs and that sort of thing. So it's possible to force a player into going mass vultures, although in this case it looks like both of them decided to go for very heavy vulture openings anyway. But it looks like with the one tank here and the bunker at the front, Sock is going to be able to hold off against Mine's early shenanigans. Now the thing is that you can't continue this for too long, so even though in the very early to mid game, it's quite effective, this kind of mass vulture thing, because the spider mines are also still very effective at this stage. Once you get to the mid late game, you know, once you have enough tanks and Goliaths and whatnot, you can just move across minefields and just clear them out like that. So they aren't very effective anymore, and then obviously the vultures don't really stand a chance straight up against the Terran mech. So this is a very kind of time-limited strategy, which means that mine should be starting to move off and make actual, you know, beefy units like the siege tanks that Sock is already making here. And you can see Sock just being very, very cautious, being very defensive, because he knows he can't really move out against all those mass vultures. They'll just run right past him and surround him and whatnot. So potentially could have been a very aggressive opening right there, but it looks like with Sock just kind of chilling at his natural, nothing much is going to happen. We can see Mind has now added his own tank. The one thing about this position though is that Mind, as you can see on the minimap, has all the mines outside his opponent's base. He basically has Sock trapped in his natural, which means he can just run his siege tank over there and start sieging down Sock. But it looks like Sock actually knows that this is a danger and has preemptively moved his tanks out to start clearing out these mines. So just as I said that was possible, Sock made it not possible. Ooh, oh, and there's a few tanks that are not mines here. Wow, most of the mines are his, but apparently a few mines from Sock were mixed in. I did not realize, and now suddenly with 4 siege tanks, Sock is the one pushing Mind back off the map, and Mind is the one that has to play defensively. Mind, I think he's just going to have to retreat across his bridges. No, it looks like he doesn't want to get stuck on his side of his bridges and is just going to siege up right here. But he's got an inferior tank on, but he's got a lot of Goliaths and he's got Marines coming out as well. But those aren't going to be that useful. And it looks like Mind is just going to hold off here on his side of the bridges. But there's a lot of tanks coming in. And it looks like with this one tank, he's not actually going to hold off. Mind is in some serious trouble right now. He's got no tanks remaining. Oh my goodness, Mind didn't quite get up there fast enough with his first siege tank. And now Sock is rolling down here. This is the problem with the Mass Vulture strategy. If you don't actually make anything happen in the early game and your opponent manages to move out too quickly before you have your own tanks up, it is very, very difficult. And here we go. It looks like, oh, actually, wait, is he going to clear it up? Oh, 1 tank remaining. Alright, more tanks coming down though. And I'm not really sure. I'm actually not sure what the machine shop situation is. Just looking at the minimap, it looks like both have 2 machine shops, so they should be able to make equal tank counts. I guess Sock, because he started tank production so much faster, and because Mine seems to have made a lot more Goliaths, he just has a far superior army here, ground army. Both of them are still on 2 bases though, so at least economy-wise, Mine isn't behind. He's just getting a little bit restricted here in terms of the map positioning in the army, which is arguably even more important in TBT. It's all about where you draw your tank lines and what bases you can hold. But we did see a Starport there for Mine, so potentially he could, if Sock gets a little bit over aggressive and just rallies everything to the front, a big drop, counter drop from Mine, or even just a Vulture drop, a simple 4 Vulture drop, could do a lot of damage, which is what he needs. We did see a command center being built by Mine at his main base. He wants to float that over here to the middle only, but as we can see, it's not really going to happen. Meanwhile, a command center from Sock also floating out to his mineral only. I'm a little bit surprised that wasn't blocked by Mines, although it looks like with a concept there, with a scan there, Sock is going to deal with that anyway. And whoop, got some buffer. Oh, looks like abusing the little or abusing the vision range here. That's quite cool. So basically, what happened there was because Mine had the barracks for vision and Sock didn't have vision down there, Mine was actually able to move into range, siege up, and siege down one of Sock's tanks first there because tanks have a longer attack range than they have a sight range, and looks like Mine is actually moving forward here to take control of this high ground position. He wants to take his mineral only, going to do some Vulture drops on the top as well to tank some of these shots, and it looks like it may be successful. No, some reinforcements coming in. That Mine though, the Mine is gonna, oh my god, the Mines died. Why did they not blow stuff up? That would have been awesome. But it looks like now we're going to have a counter drop. There are some spider mines from Sock at the 3 o'clock, so I think he'll probably see the dropship coming in. Actually, it'll be kind of close though. The dropship's kind of moving in along the side. But at least Mind, is he going to get this base? No, it looks like maybe he won't. He's having to fight uphill here, which is really painful for him. As we can see, he had a superior position last time and only kind of barely scraped by and lost the reinforcements. So here we go. Here's the counter drop. Looks like there is a Wraith out though. Oh no! Oh wow, the Wraith kills that dropship before the rest of the Vultures unload, so only a single Vulture unloads at the natural, which is not really going to do that much, although it looks like it did cause a little bit of confusion there among the SCVs. But, well, I guess at least Mine has his mineral only base now mining. We're not mining, but he's got it planted there. He's going to start mining in just a second there. His spider mines from the beginning of the game are actually blocking the 12 o'clock from Sock, so that's going to be a nice little delay. But, oh, are these tanks not in range of the command center? I think they are, but they don't have vision. I'm pretty sure those tanks can shoot that command center. But here we go. Mind moving in once again, wants to clear this out. But look at this. He's just fighting on the low ground every single time. Oh, man, he just doesn't quite have enough support either. He's just throwing units away here. I wish he would just wait a little bit longer and mass up and maybe do a drop at the same time on top to tank some shots, like, do like a Vulture bomb on top. I have no idea why he has a Valkyrie there. I guess because he saw one Wraith, he assumed Sock was making more Wraiths. I guess it's a semi-reasonable assumption, but I don't actually see any more Wraiths. There's still only the one. Oh, no, there's 2. Okay, fine. Fine, that's good then. And looks like, hey, we've cleared out the leading tank. And looks like, ooh, the dropship is going around the other side. Wow, okay, so even though for a second there it looked like Sock could just roll into Mine's natural and win, we're actually going to go to a longer TBT, and it looks like, uh-oh, Mine is breaking out the other side here. Sock focused all his forces on that big high ground platform above the 3rd, so leaving this front side a little bit less defended. Is Mine going to push out though? It looks like he can't quite move out, but there is the counter Vulture drop, losing that dropship to a single turret there. That seems slightly unnecessary, but he's at least gonna delay the 12 o'clock base by a little and then just run away with those Vultures. And looks like he's making a couple of Wraiths of his own. Of course, you can't just have Valkyries. You want to have a couple of Wraiths with your Valkyries when you're fighting against the mass Wraith of your opponent. Anyway. Oh, wait, what? I thought there were vultures here from Sock. Well, apparently not, because now there's vultures in the mineral only for Sock, and he's not even running them away. He's just stacking them a little bit because he ran his own vultures over there. Meanwhile, the Valkyrie and Wraiths of Sock, of Mind, have actually chased away the air support for Sock, and he's now just going to start pew-pewing down these tanks. He's only got a couple of Wraiths there, so the damage is going to be really low, but, you know, over time, he's going to be able to start whittling down the tank count at his front. Might force Sock to reposition and pull back a little bit. See, even though 3 Wraiths do almost no damage, you know, if they just get enough pews in, then that's going to be enough. But, oh no, there's going to be Goliaths. Okay, never mind. Well, that takes care of that problem. By the way, if you notice, the compositions of both players are mainly tank and vulture instead of tank and Goliath like you usually see. It's because they both have a mineral only base as their third instead of a gas base. Whoa! Big minefield trigger there. Mine seems to have the local tank advantage here just to this area, so he's going to sort of make his way out. And in fact, he might finally break this contain. Looks like a few tanks coming in from the back for Sock, but I don't think they're going to be in time. Mine just has to be a little bit careful. There's still a minefield here on the other side of these bridges, but it looks like Mind is slowly but surely pushing out. He's still got some tanks kind of on that high ground ridge outside his mineral only. Meanwhile, oh, looks like +2 attack is done for, I'm actually not sure who that was. +2 attack is done for somebody. It's actually quite crucial, of course, because that lets your tanks 2-shot your opponents. Do they both have +2? I think they probably both have +2. But the big problem now for Mine is that Sock is now mining from the 12 o'clock, and it looks like he has taken the gas there as well. So Mind is now at a severe gas mining deficit. He's floating the 6 o'clock over now, but Sock is going to see that and probably going to deny that as long as he possibly can. Meanwhile, it looks like the Wraiths, though, coming in, going to grab a few Wraith kills for free, maybe try and pick off a tank. No, it looks like the Goliath is there, and oh, it looks like Sock not paying attention, going to lose one of his own Wraiths anyway after sniping his opponents. But he's sending the one Wraith down now. Man, the one Wraith is just not going to do anything. I mean, it looks like neither player, both players started making Wraiths and then just decided to stop and not actually make that many, so they're kind of not very useful. I mean, they're providing a bit of spotting. And it looks like we have another engagement here on the high ground. Can Mind finally break this position? No, he's not. Oh my god, he's going to lose possibly a lot of tanks here with no support. But no, he does have reinforcements coming in. I'm a little bit surprised these vultures aren't laying mines. Maybe they used up all their mines already, but the vultures are just attacking directly against siege tanks. That's not going to work. Vultures do very little damage against siege tanks because of the damage slaps. They only do like 5 damage a shot, I think. They only do a quarter damage. So yeah, that's not very useful. Meanwhile, it looks like Mind, after non-stop trying for like the past 10 minutes, is finally going to clear the units off from that high ground platform and take it. Meanwhile, now sending some SCVs over to the 6 o'clock as well. Now, he's been behind a little bit on the income for the whole game so far, so can he actually keep up? Oh, I'm sorry, no! Sock has +2 attack, but Mind doesn't. Mind is still at +1, so that's a pretty huge advantage for Sock's tanks right now. Sock's tanks are 2-shotting Mines, and Mines are 3-shotting his opponents. Sorry, I assume they both had +2, but no, apparently they did not. So that's also why the engagements were going quite well for Sock so far. And looks like, oh, we have a transition. We have 3 starports being added here. Sock is suddenly going to add on a whole bunch of Wraiths, and that could really take Mind by surprise here, although it looks like Sock is losing. Oh man, he just lost like 3 tanks to Wraiths. Oh man, he's just going for mass repair here. What is going on? Just make a Goliath, man. One Goliath is going to take out, you know, all 3 of these Wraiths by itself, easy peasy. Oh my god, dude, just make a Goliath, please. Please, for the love of God. I mean, I know he doesn't want to reveal his Wraiths, but all he has to do is make one Goliath, and his problems here will go away. Please make a Goliath. Oh my god, Goliath, stop losing tanks! Stop losing tanks to these Wraiths. Oh my god, he's gonna lose another tank. Oh my god, he lost another tank. He lost like 5 tanks there to 3 Wraiths. That is terrible. Ay. Looks like meanwhile Vulture Harass is gonna go to the 12 o'clock base. A few vultures of Sock also gonna go in here to defend. It looks like actually the vultures from Mine didn't go in. They just turned around. Maybe he scanned and saw that Sock was sending his own vultures in. And it looks like look at this. Look at this. He can barely kill one Goliath with 4 Wraiths, and he just has to run away when the second one comes here. I don't know why he was even fighting that Goliath head on without Cloak. If you're gonna do that, at the very least just get Cloak. Well, that's weird. Why did they fan out like that? Wait, what? What just happened there? I have no idea what just happened there. Now, if we look at the minimap, by the way, even though Mind has cleared out the contain and is sort of in control of his bases, Sock is the one who's really got map control. He's drawing the lines on the map. He's, you know, taking a really far forward position. And even though right now that's not, you know, it's not being too severe against Mind, just the amount of space control in a TVT is very, very important. Although, with these sneaky vultures running around before the noose was complete, this 12 o'clock base is going to lose a lot of SCVs. Oh my god, it's going to lose so many SCVs. Sock, by the way, does have a 3 o'clock base as well, which is an interesting choice. It's going to be quite vulnerable to drops, and if he does somehow lose that line he's drawn between their bases, then that 3 o'clock base is going to basically just die. And oh my god, these vultures are doing so much damage here. He even transferred the SCV back. Sock transferred the SCVs back before the vultures were even all dead. So, getting a good number of kills there. Meanwhile, we now have a big move out. I don't actually know if Mind has seen those extra starports that Sock added, or the extra Wraiths, but he's got a second Valkyrie now, so that's going to help a lot. And here we go, he's moving up north. If he can just clear out this tank line here in the middle of the map, he can actually start attacking the 3 o'clock, but it looks like reinforcements are coming in from Sock, and I don't think either player will get too far here. Both are probably just going to get stuck on their lines right here. Terran siege lines, very difficult to break, even with the numbers advantage. But these Wraiths are doing so much. But hey, finally the Wraiths are revealed. The counter cloak Wraiths have finally appeared. And this is going to be bad news for Mind. I don't think he has any Goliaths, in fact. He's only been raking a few Wraiths and Valkyries. And oh my god, how many tanks is he going to lose here? Oh my god, there's like 7 or 8 Wraiths right there. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my, there might be 9 Wraiths here. Oh my god, he's actually forced an unsiege from Mind, and it's a bad attack. Oh no, the Wraiths forced a very dubious attack right there. It looks like just with weight of numbers, Mind is going to get a mostly even trade. But, oh man, you can see it on his face. That was not what he wanted to happen. And I think that's probably going to be it. He has a few Goliaths now, but it is not looking very good for Mind. He was effectively forced to suicide his entire tank army by these Wraiths. Another command center now coming up for Sock, and I'm sure Quanro is very happy about this set of events here, because it's looking like Sock is going to move on to the final match for a rematch against Quanro. Although somehow Mind has actually snuck an expansion at the bottom left, but yeah, he's going to lose all his SCVs here at the 6 o'clock. He might break this top position again if that mine goes off. Nope, looks like it doesn't. But yeah, those tanks are going to die. But everything at the 6 o'clock base is dying right now. These vultures probably have a lot of kills. And oh man, he's going to kill some Goliaths as they come in here. And that base has been spotted. Is this GG? No? Yes? Maybe? It's got to be GG now, right? All right, now we got the main army moving out. All right, now we got the tanks. The tanks are gonna finish it off. Oh no! And the backwards transfer through vultures is 1 SCV. Oh, I thought 1 SCV would survive. Oh man, that would have been such an amazing story. Wait! Oh, spider mines. But if that 1 SCV survived, it would have been like the sad Zergling story. That like random SC2 comic. And GG from Mind. He is eliminated 2-0 or 0-2 in the round of 16. Sock will go on to the final match to play a best of 1 with Quanro to determine who's gonna advance from the group alongside Bisu and who will be eliminated alongside Mind. Mind not too happy about this. He was definitely a strong contender in this SSL, so a little bit unfortunate for him. I think, just judging from today at least, even though not necessarily in that game, but definitely in their first series, like, he played a lot better, I think. You know, taking a game off Bisu and Sock not playing very well against Quanro at all. But hey, he won here in the losers match, and he gets another shot. I mean, if he does somehow fix his game and takes out Quanro here in the final match, then he will advance despite losing to Quanro earlier. So yeah, it's all down to you now, Sock. You've got one game. Are we gonna get a Terran, another Terran, or a Zerg player?
하겠습니다. 픽스스타리그 우승자를 맞출 100만을 쏜다라는 이벤트가 진행 중입니다. 네. 아프리카.com 소고티스로 오시면 됩니다. 소닉TV 방송국. 우승자를 맞추면 100만 원. 뭐 경기도 즐기고. 예, 100만 원이 내 이름도 아니고요. 아, 그러게요.
Alright, let me skip this. And we can go to the final TVZ. Hey! Sayle, how did the GUM TV thing go? I think they announced the results on Friday, which I guess is tomorrow. Oh, it's Valentine's Day tomorrow, guys. Happy Valentine's Day. Or, Sad Day. Singles Awareness Day? Yeah, that's the one. Depending on your status.
추천도 한 번씩 눌러주시고요. 추천 숫자가 너무 적은 것 같습니다. 한 번씩 눌러주시기 바랍니다. 자, 우선 뭐 최우 선수가 아직까지 손을 좀 푸고 있네요. 최우 선수 입장에서는 마지막 경기.
Bum bum bum. Looks like Sock is warming up. I don't know why he's warming up, because he just played a game against mine, so I don't know what he's doing. Just messing around.
네. 이제 브루드워를 오랫동안 중계를 했었던 전화 김평 해설 입장에서도 이렇게 이제